Getting Little Feet Wet, Project WET's Early Childhood Education Guide. Because kids are already learning about water from a very young age, it's logical that we would begin fostering and shaping that knowledge in the classroom. Yet there are very few water education resources available to educators. This has led many people to request that Project WET create such a guide. The Project WET USA network worked to develop an early childhood guide, modeled after their nationally acclaimed Project WET 2.0 guide. The network was surveyed and activities and topics were selected. An expert team of reviewers worked to adapt and write the early childhood activities. Early childhood teachers throughout the country were asked to field test all activities, provide feedback, and suggest edits. The final review came from ECE experts, and the guide has been published. The guide contains 11 activities, with a target audience of 3 to 6 years old. Each activity is divided into a pre-K to K and a K to 2 option. All activities are correlated to education standards that are appropriate for those age groups. The WET team decided to use these favorite activities from the 2.0 guide as a blueprint for the new Early Childhood Guide. While Project WET activities are already written and well tested, adaptation to a developmentally different set of learners was an interesting task. The team wanted to have a diverse set of activities based on these Project WET frameworks. But how do we get from here to here? The team decided to use the same 7 principles from the 2.0 guide, but to apply an early childhood sub-concept to them. Those sub-concepts include: water has unique physical and chemical characteristics, water is essential for all life to exist, water connects all Earth systems, water is a natural resource, water resources are managed, water resources exist within social constructs, and water resources exist within cultural concepts. Here are some examples of how each Project WET water literacy principle is applied to early learners. For instance, water connects all Earth systems. Water is different in all seasons. Water is a natural resource. Water is used to make food I eat. Water resources are managed. Water must be transported for use. Let's take a look at the formatting of the activity. Each activity is formatted in the same exact way, containing the water literacy principles, the Head Start domain elements, the standards, the water words, the highlights, a summary, some suggested resources, a materials list, the facts and information for teachers, a warm-up activity, the full activity, a wrap-up, and the references. At the end of the guide, you'll find useful resources, including a table of standards listed by activity and the learning domains listed by activity. Each activity is correlated to the standards listed below: Head Start Learning Domain Elements, NAEYC, NAAEE, NGSS K-2, and Common Core K-2. Here are some additional resources that can be found on the web. These links will also be found in your SWAY presentation. Thank you.